And we're back. Welcome back, Brahma Nation, Brahma fans, and UFL friends,
Friends.
and UFL fans. I'm Xavier, your host, and as always, well, minus 1 week, my co-host here is Cody Boyce. What's up?
Not much, dude. I'm glad to be back. Even though last week's episode with Nate was pretty fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, we missed you last episode, man.
Hey, man. When you got to work, you got to work.
Yeah, the audience was wondering where you were at, I think.
I'm back.
He's
Don't worry too
back.
much.
He's not working today, so Cody's back, and now Nate's working today, so no Nate. So, but I'm here. All right, so you guys are stuck with me. All right, so week 8, exciting week of football. There was so
Great
much
week.
that
Great
happened.
week.
I mean, we had an overtime. We have blocked field goals. We have
Block punts.
block punts,
Double pass.
yeah, a double pass,
Flea flickers.
flea flickers,
One-handed
and
grabs.
it was pretty much an early playoff weekend, man. I mean, the playoff picture's now been set after week 8.
I mean, since the clinches today, technically these were playoff games.
Yeah.
I mean, they're unofficial playoff games because whoever, if you win or lose kind of thing, it
Yeah.
determined where you win in the playoff
Yeah,
standings.
lose.
So.
I mean, winning you're in, losing you go home, and so yeah, we got to see an early playoff picture
lot of it.
this weekend. So I loved it. But the weekend started off with the Toilet Bowl, which featured our San Antonio Brahmas against the Memphis Showboats. It was an exciting game. Didn't
was.
go the way we wanted, but let's go and
It didn't.
let's get into it.
Yurt. I did let the team know as well, the opposing team that it was the toilet bowl. I didn't we had some
Yes, sir.
fun chirping back and
Yeah.
forth because like they had a really good play at the beginning and they were all celebrating, and so I decided to let them know. I was like, hey, both of our teams suck.
Yeah, Memphis went 3 and out, I think, to start the game, if I
Yep,
recall.
yep.
Yeah. So here we go, Hogan.
got the ball,
Man, Corbin,
dude.
running back. I
He's
don't know.
been stellar, man.
Yeah, he looked almost like Bijan, like Bijan Robinson, dude. Like running, catching, missing tackles. Like not that good, but
Yeah,
good.
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
the
just
pick
floated
six.
that. Yeah, so that was.
Yeah, this is where they were celebrating, and I was chirping back at him, just right there, because that was right in front of us. He ran right in front of us.
This one pissed me off, dude. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it was
slow-
just like
yeah.
the ending interception for the Arlington game, right?
yeah, just like how
DC
Arlington
defenders.
ends. Yeah, like.
Like it was the exact same play. Guy read it like it was the easiest pass to read in the world.
And that was the difference in this game was Memphis's defense just outscored our defense because both teams' offenses I don't think did too great. So they get the 2-point conversion. Here we go, Hogan again.
Let's see, I liked that play.
Yeah, but he got a little hurt here. He didn't like getting hit on the way down, and I think that affected him for the rest of the game.
Yeah, there was a play where he should have ran and slid, but I think that play probably scared him from doing that again.
I don't remember.
There were several times on third down that I'm pretty sure they got the first down just from silly mistakes
Yeah.
that we made. And there's us in the background. You can see us for a second.
Get his ass.
I know, gets out of the pocket and then runs it for another
And-
first down.
And by the way, this is like a second or third string quarterback for Memphis. The coach before the game had announced that they were going to do a QB carousel and just try out, different QBs, let them get some tape.
Which ruined my parlay.
Yeah, so if you had the over on Dresser win, you did not win.
This guy. And then kicked the field goal. So yeah, we held them, but they're up now 11-0. So wasn't looking too good at this point. Kind of a little down in the dumps. But then it gets a little bit better.
Robbins.
Yeah, dude, Corbin was just fun to
Corbin,
watch.
yeah, Corbin was our entire game plan this game, and it almost worked.
Almost. But it was just because they didn't utilize him when they needed to at
Yeah.
times. Like they used him at certain points and it worked, but then like down the line when we needed to use him more, nothing.
There he goes again.
Catch and run.
And the
Some
thing
yak.
with Hogan, if people forget, is he's our third string quarterback.
Yeah.
So I mean, Kellen Mond didn't work out for I don't even want to talk about it. Mond didn't work out. We didn't really get to see a lot of Jarrett Guantano, but I'm assuming that he's just didn't do well in like practice because they never decided to use him. Oh,
And
the
that
double, pass.
Worked
from
like
the
a
tight
charm.
end. And this is what's his name? D. Anderson, I think.
Mm.
First game with us, we got him. Yeah, D. Anderson. We got him off of a trade from Memphis. We gave Memphis a safety, and then we got D. Anderson. First game with us. Welcome to San Antonio. Boom.
Howdy, old team. How's
Yeah,
it going?
Tutty against his old team.
And then I think, I could be wrong, I feel like that was our very first extra point conversion all year. I could be wrong, but I swear that felt like our very first one.
I think you might be right on that.
And then just like that,
This fucker too, man.
it's like we had momentum. We're
Yeah.
like, yeah, and then he does that, and we were like,
You know,
I was standing there just like, why, man?
the Brahmas are notorious for this all season long, for having a big moment, big play, and then allowing the other team to just take it all back.
Take the momentum
Yeah.
just straight back. It's like you can't be excited for too long as a Brahmas
Yeah.
fan this season because
Yeah.
you're like, yes, this is so hot. Oh, that one wasn't good. And then this was like 2 plays.
Yeah,
This
this was
drive was
back-to-back.
2 plays.
It was back-to-back plays.
We
Same
just
guy.
scored. We're catching up, and then boom.
Yeah.
Now they're up.
We let Jalen
17.
Jackson fucking just run it all over us.
Oh, by the way, next week we're wearing the bags. We got the bags. Got
Well,
the.
next week's an away game.
Oh yeah, I mean next home game.
Yeah,
Sorry.
next home game we're probably gonna wear the brown paper bags,
Yep.
which is
June
funny because
1st.
I also want to do face painting. So I'm gonna
Face
go.
painting.
I'm gonna go into the
Oh
game.
yeah, that's when he dropped the ball.
Oh, can we bring it back? My bad.
Yeah. That was such a good play. That was a good momentum swing again, but
Because I think he drops it off of his own knee.
yeah, but he had broke through the tackles.
Boom.
That was going to be a third down. He broke their tackles, first down, and then it bounced off his
Yeah.
knee.
It was already coming out. Jordan Mosley gets it.
I hope they show the replay, but
And
yeah,
we're right behind these people here, by the way.
oh yeah.
All these guys sitting in the
Can
front.
you-
Yeah, this little
Oh,
black
you can't
area.
see
you
us.
can't. But we're sitting pretty much at an angle to this guy. Well, they're all in yellow, but yeah, we were sitting pretty much right there. And hey, he leaps into our old seats.
Yeah, those
from-
were our old seats
from last year.
So yeah, look, yeah, he goes down, and then boom, his
Yeah, he
left
did-
knee comes up, hits it right out of his hand. And I was like, wait, did he just spike it? And then he's running, we're just freaking out, like, yeah.
What?
Yeah, Beckett was a handful for the defense
He always is,
or
though.
for their offense.
I hope he comes back if he doesn't.
He
you
was
know.
chirping so much.
And from the 2 sets up this score again from Corbin.
Who was just so good. They keep running to the other side of the field, I guess, because it's the home side, kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're on the away side. They don't run to us.
Again, Corbin.
2-point conversion,
Boom.
baby.
And crazy thing with him too is he wasn't our lead back. I mean, McFarland is injured. But way to step up, Corbin.
Dude, so good.
He carried the team, man. He really did carry the team this game.
Corbin, if you're watching, just keep
Yeah.
it up, dude.
Shout out to you, brother. And this one got deflected. I don't know if his arm got hit or someone got a piece of it, but yeah, second pick of the game for Hogan. This one I guess I can't fully put on him,
Nah.
but I still want to.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's the way of the football.
But even with that, he was throwing to the tight end in like triple coverage. Like, I don't know if that would have worked either way. Maybe. This is the kicker, by the way, that was in front of us at the game.
Yeah, him and the punter were just chilling in front of us like the entire game. We were just
Corbin. Dude, his over under for this game was, I think it was like 33 yards.
33
I
yards.
took the over, and he ended up with 100 plus
100 plus and a touchdown or
Yeah,
2
two
touchdowns.
and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, dude is good, man. Which is awesome, but then a bummer because then he'll more than likely get an invitation to a camp.
Yeah, we may not see him back.
And
next
this
year.
is this the other mistake?
Yes.
Like,
Look
you
at
should have
this
just run
dumb
it right
fuck
here.
Right here. Go down. All right. Go down. It was second. It's 2nd and 5, or yeah, it's 2nd and goal.
Second and goal. And then he runs it. If he would have cut it in,
Yeah, if he
or
would've
even
just-
pump faked it, that guy's leaving his feet. Pump faked it, and then you run it straight in.
So and he he ran in the first quarter. We saw that earlier, where he actually takes off, runs, and dives forward. But like I said, he got kind of hit, and he didn't like it. So here he's thinking about that hit. He's like, nope, I don't want to get hit
And
again.
then the
So,
lineman makes a freaking diving wide receiver catch. Are you?
and then just to add insult to injury, there's a flag on this play. And I think it was two penalties.
Two penalties.
And they were both on the offense either way.
So like this play would have this was just a bad,
just bad
play in general.
Dude, you had him up already. You already had him pump. Go back just one more time, like in slow mo. Like when he does.
Fake.
Well, it wasn't a he right here gets him up. Like if you would have just brought it back in, you could have ran around him, and you may not have scored, but you could have gone to the 2 or the 3, and it would have been 3rd and goal on the 2-yard line. Corbin would have punched that in. This was just low football IQ. This was not good decision making under pressure.
Terrible vision on the field.
Just all kinds of bad. I'm sorry, Hogan.
Our defense holds up for a little bit. You know, it's one of them games, man. It was a really good game, really bad game all at the same time, dude. Gets the first down. Like, got to get them tackles, but then I think they stripped him.
Yeah, they stripped him here. Was that
Beckett?
No, it was Mosley, I think.
Yeah, Mosley, I think, got 2 of the fumble recoveries and caused one of the fumbles. He got both fumble recoveries and caused one of them.
Here we go. Who stripped it?
This one, I think, was Mosley. I think he stripped and got it on this one. He gets it.
Yep.
And then boom.
Oh, it was Jordan Williams first, and then.
Yep.
Okay,
Mosley.
yeah, it was Mosley.
I wish he wouldn't have gone down on his knees, man.
But Jordan Williams right there kind of slows him down. Right there, number 15.
Good spin. He was like, when he hit him, he realized his arm went like in between the football. He's like, oh, I can get this. And leaps right over to the seats.
A San Antonio leap. Ooh. That's my dog. Corbin, man. This is on a mission, that game.
3rd and 18, and he gets like 15 yards. So we were screaming, just go for it.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, honestly, dude, we've only got 1 win this season.
Dude, I was
just
go for everything.
We're not going to go to the playoffs.
No.
I mean,
hit every single trick play you've been thinking about.
And unless they were purposely trying to fail for the first pick in the UFL draft, tanking for I don't fucking know who.
One of the Sanders brothers.
Right.
We should just get whoever the best quarterback that we can get is. Oh yeah, there's the block.
Good fucking block.
Mm-hmm.
Bad thing is, I don't think we capitalized on this. I don't think we turned it into points.
I think I don't remember now. I think he almost went past it.
And he didn't run into the kicker. Good job. He hesitated there, but Corbin saved his ass.
Yeah, so I think we get a field goal here if I'm correct, because that's what got us into overtime. Yeah.
Yep. So yes, 29 seconds left. Field goal. I mean, as bad as we were playing and with all the mistakes we made, managed to tie it up with 26 seconds left. And Memphis didn't do anything. They just said, "Fuck it, let's just go to overtime."
Yeah, they just kneeled. And I got nervous, but I was just like, yeah.
So let's pause it real quick. So by the way, I think part of the reason why they were comfortable with just letting it go into overtime is they've been there before. The first overtime game was Memphis against Birmingham, and they won.
Okay.
So they've already got, they're familiar with that. They have the experience with that. They obviously have the play calling for that. And secondly, Hogan didn't do well here in the red zone within the 10.
Yeah.
So, and then here's what happens.
Which you all know already.
They take turns lining up from the 5.
And right down the middle.
Right down the middle. Always down the middle. Always
that would have been a touchdown from 80 yards away.
Yeah, probably would have.
He was wide open and in stride. Like that was touchdown. Again, right in front of us, kind of thing. It was like it's right there.
All right, here's our.
No, this is at the other end of the field. That's right.
Yeah, this is on the opposite end of the field. So we actually didn't get the good view of it.
And the offensive line, that one was almost too easy to read. But I mean,
it's easy to say, "Oh, you should have just gone to the right," but and then once again,
And I thought this is where it was over. I thought it was best 2 out of 3.
It's supposed to be, yeah. So they already hit their 2.
But it's best 3 of 5. They just don't put the of 5. But the way they
So it's
explain
like
the.
first to 3 basically wins, right? Yeah.
And then I think this is where we get our
We get
first
1.
And it was when Kirkland caught
Ooh.
his only
Yeah.
pass of the game.
John Trey Kirkland has not had a good season. I'm gonna say it. I mean, I sang his praises going into the season because of how well he had done. This year, he took the year off. I'm sorry, and
did.
to the point that if he doesn't come back next year, I won't be upset.
Nah, me
Maybe
neither,
I'm just
no.
mad because of the way the season went, but based off his performance, yeah, no.
And then,
Oh my God, and he almost ran it back, Beckett.
So after watching the highlight of this, by the way, I almost want to put up the sound, but I didn't hear it in the stadium. They're blowing the whistles.
It
They're
might have
blowing
been
the
the
play
fan.
dead.
It might have been the fan though,
This
because
doesn't sound like the fan.
all game, by the way, there was 2 fans that I could, I guess, kind of guess,
Yeah.
just from where it was coming, that had whistles in the stadium.
Which
And
I thought was illegal
Yeah.
because the ref being the one to blow a whistle, that could be an intentional someone blowing a whistle to, and
Yeah.
then the whole play is dead, even though it wasn't them.
So there was all game people blowing whistles in the crowd, and that was kind of pissing me off. So I didn't know when I heard that whistle too. I didn't know if it was the ref blowing the play dead or if it was one of the fans blowing their whistles. But let's check it out.
Looking for the win. Williams to the end zone, intercepted, picked off by Tavante.
Yeah, that's the ref's whistle.
Okay, you're gonna look this.
So like I didn't hear that when we were watching it live. Like I didn't.
Yeah, me either. I didn't hear it because we were just
Yeah, we were freaking out, but I was sure that if he ran it back, what would that have even done?
If you notice, though, gotten us the 2 points, right? I would think. But if you notice, they were trying to go over the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hogan just. Why? Dude.
And then it was just like, that was it. Right? Wasn't
Yeah.
that? It was like game over?
I think they gave him another try.
No, he comes out and just goes, oh, game over.
Yeah, just like that. Game is over. We haven't won at home yet. We've got 1 home game remaining against Arlington. Yeah, just a rough season for a Brahma fan, which is crazy because I think overall this year of the UFL was great.
It was so good.
I think we had great games, great performances.
So many good games.
Unless if you were a Brahma fan.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing.
Yeah, but
every year
yeah.
there's going to be the team that isn't good and stuff like that. I wasn't thinking it was going to be us after the
No.
performances we did last year.
Yeah, went to the chip last year.
But this year's, like, for a fan of UFL in general, for a product we want to see succeed, I think this year was like a gold standard of what you can get from watching spring football. I think
Yeah.
there were way more good games than there were bad games this year.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, we had to be the worst team, which, I mean, with 8 teams, it happens. There's going to
It
be
does.
one bad team that gets beat up on. It was us. So
Feed us all the jokes and the hate. I want to see any comments. If y'all want to trash talk, or if you want to you want to say something good, say something bad, leave whatever comment down below. I want to read whatever y'all have to say, because I mean it is what it is.
agreed.
I mean, I've been a fan of some losing teams, and I think
You're a Chargers fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. So at least in the NFL, we're used to our teams not doing too well or even
Succeeding.
performing. Yeah, and then just blowing it. So,
I mean, yeah.
but it's still fun to watch. It's so fun to be there. Our voices aren't as bad.
I think it got used to,
Yeah.
because the last week I think my voice got more used to screaming and shouting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I mean, but overall, bad end of the season. Well, it hasn't ended yet, but bad season. But still fun to go to. Still fun to watch.
yeah, I'll still be there for the last
Yeah.
game of the season.
I'll buy season tickets again.
Yes.
I have
Same.
not bought season tickets. So, all right. Well, here are the scores for week 8. I mean, dude, it was an awesome, awesome week. I mean, the Toilet Bowl, 22-24 overtime, second overtime game, went down to the wire. I love
Such a
it.
good game. And for Memphis Showboats fans, man, they had a great time.
Yeah.
They had a
yeah.
great time watching it. So,
Yeah.
good on you guys.
Good job,
Congrats.
Memphis. Congrats. Now, one complaint, sidebar. The DJ at the game. I don't even know your name, DJ, whoever you were, but
Just find
yeah,
another
yeah.
job.
Dude, he played country the whole damn game. And I'm cool with country. I mean, I do
Not,
like.
I'm not.
Just
I
I do.
hate country music being
I
played.
kind of want to slightly put some of the loss on the DJ just for having bad vibe music.
Very bad
Yeah,
vibe
yeah.
music.
You know,
Oh,
these guys don't want to hear,
yeah.
achy breaky heart.
I do.
Anyway, all
Don't
right.
play that song. That
So,
stupid fucking song. Sorry.
all right. So it's all right. It's all right. So game one, overtime was a good game, and then this kind of killed me for week two is that both of these games were on at the same time. I think so. Birmingham and St. Louis was a great game. Went down to the wire. I think the only game that was not like epic was the Michigan Houston game, but it was still a playoff game. Houston
Yeah.
had to win to stay in. Michigan wins to clinch. So yeah, just clinching scenarios from all three games on down. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of clinching, we
Oh yeah.
got.
So let's look at that. Okay. So Michigan ends up winning, so they clinch. So they're in the conference championship, and they're gonna face the Birmingham Stallions, the defending.
Are they going to be facing Birmingham?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what we
Yeah,
got here.
there it is. So yeah, it's Michigan against Birmingham for the USFL conference, and even though Michigan has the better record, the game's going to be played, or I don't have the same record, but the game's going to be played in Birmingham.
Yeah.
I don't really like that. I think the league's just kind of being biased towards Birmingham. So anyway, June 8th in Protective Stadium, round. Well, yeah, it's playoffs.
Yeah.
Go
the
Michigan.
conference
Yeah,
championship.
conference championship. I'm rooting for Michigan. Who do you guys got on that?
Yeah, I'm going Michigan. I don't want to see Birmingham. What
Yeah.
3-peat, 4-peat,
For Pete.
at this time because it was XFL then UFL,
Mhm.
and then before that it was something else. But yeah, they've
USFL.
won a few championships. But yeah, I want to see maybe St. Louis,
All right.
DC. I don't know.
So that's the XFL conference. So DC clinch. Do we have that up there too?
Yes.
I mean, not if we need to show it, but that's
So
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Oh yeah.
and
So
then
St.
St.
Louis clinched.
and DC
DC clinched.
So we
So
got all of them. So yeah, it was this
so-
weekend was all four. You got
Yeah.
all of them clinched in 1 week.
we had 3 playoff games in week 8. I love
And
it.
the, three playoff, and then the toilet bowl.
Yep.
And
then
the toilet
but
bowl was
even the toilet
exciting.
bowl was good. So can we go back to the bracket, please? There it
course.
is. All right. So on the XFL conference, same thing. June 8th, Dome of the Americas. So it's going to be in St. Louis. I got St. Louis winning that game, man.
Me too. I mean, it would be. I just want to see a really good game. I mean, at this point, I'm excited to
I
see good football.
think,
So, but I think St. Louis has got it.
Out of the playoff picture, the XFL conference game, I'm predicting to be more of a shootout with Teamu and just with the Battlehawks in general. I mean, yeah, they got Duggan; he can run more than he throws, but in general, they have great weapons everywhere. So that's to me, that's the game to watch.
And it would be exciting to have St. Louis in St. Louis for the
Yeah.
championship game,
Oh,
and that
yeah.
crowd will come out bigger than any time before, and they're
I
going
would
to be
like to see
louder
that.
than any time before. So I think that would be a great product for the UFL if they make it, and maybe even against the Stallions, possibly. But to beat the Stallions and then just advertise the living daylights out of the championship game. That's all I hope for.
Yeah.
UFL, please, if there is one singular human that works for the UFL that is watching this, just put out some advertising, social media, anything to get people's eyes on this game. Please.
Yeah,
That's all I'm asking. I
But
guess
yeah,
people's
so,
preferences. but-
I would like to see Michigan versus St. Louis. And then to be honest, I don't care who wins the chip at that point. But those are the two teams that I want to see in the game.
Year?
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm proud of us, by the way, for not really bringing this up a whole lot this season. Like last season, we weren't attendance
Dude,
Nazis.
And
you know,
that's
like-
everybody. That's everybody. I have seen so little of it on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that because last year everybody was whining about attendance.
Well, because the thing was, people were afraid the league wouldn't last, and like it was based, attendance driven. Like, oh, but here we go. So, this is a breakdown, and I don't know who made this graphic, so I would shout you out if I knew who you were. But good job on the graphic.
Yes.
We got it off of Reddit. So it shows last year's 2024 average for each team. I have no idea what that second column is, but anyway, if we look at week by week, if we look at the attendance,
I think it's the increase to decrease.
Oh, increase, decrease. Okay. So apparently St. Louis had a decrease in attendance. I don't know. They're still, well, their opener didn't get 30, but I mean, they're averaging, to me, it looks like 30 each week. San Antonio, I think, would have done better in attendance if we had a better first
Record.
home game. And
Well, and-
even if with the record the way it is,
I mean, our first home game
that
wasn't
first
even until
home
week
game,
5.
yeah, wasn't till week 5, middle of the damn season, and the performance they put out that game, I think, did kind of lose some fans this year. But
But if you actually look at all the numbers, it's the third highest
mhm,
attended game for the. I mean,
mhm,
besides St. Louis, I just negate St. Louis because they're going
yeah,
to be number one all the time.
yeah,
But the second or third highest viewed or
it's a
attended
third,
game,
yeah,
behind one in DC,
but
and
only by about 200, yeah.
yeah, by 200. So, I mean, for our first game, it was great, but then yeah, it dwindled down because yeah, our first home game wasn't until week 5, and we were already 1-4 at that point.
Yeah,
So
but I like Michigan though. They're on the up. I mean, last year they averaged a little over 8,000. Now you got 10,000, 11,000. Yeah, so it looks like a little over 10,000 on average. So good job, Michigan fans. Arlington barely decreased, not by much, but I
yeah,
think
they're holding on.
overall, even though if you're looking at that increase decrease column, there are more negatives than positives. And I don't have a chart to show this. The positive, though, is that the TV audience grew.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the only bad week the UFL had here, where they had less people watching at this point versus last year, was it Easter or Mother's Day? It was one of those weekends where,
Oh yeah, there was so much on
yeah,
TV.
there
I
was
think it's
there was two,
WrestleMania.
yeah, there was a lot of things happening on TV, a lot of sporting events, and then again major holidays that, of course, people you know did that or celebrated that versus watching a game. So, but overall, the TV audience did grow.
It's awesome.
So yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing more growth in it. I just think there needs to be more advertising. That's my
no, yeah,
bottom line.
yeah, definitely. And again, we're supposed to add 2 teams at the start of next season. So.
Well, I hope they advertise the living daylights out of
So we'll
them.
see what happens. All right, but yeah, so that's our little attendance spiel. That because since we didn't really get into it all season, we'll get into it now. But yeah, so attendance not great, but still good.
Better
But yeah. So moving forward, all right.
moving forward.
Now that the playoffs are set, we still have 2 regular season games left. How is this going to affect betting? Because teams can now rest players or not, like not start them.
So we had this discussion earlier. I'm just going to bring up my opinion. I think it's a bad idea for them to rest their players, being the UFL.
Why?
Because I think the UFL is a product to move yourself forward to the league, to the NFL overall. Like, unless you have already given your shot to the NFL and you're like, I can't do this, and you're like, it's too tough or something, and you're down in the UFL and you're doing well for yourself in the UFL and it's better for you and you want to stick at the UFL, then yes, then rest, then
So-
stay healthy or something like that if you need to. But I just think that being out there doing everything you can every moment that you can is the benefit for you for being in the UFL. So that's my humble opinion.
So you're saying someone who's trying to get back into the NFL shouldn't take a game off if you've made the playoffs?
Yes.
Now, for me, I still think you should rest because you're going to want them in the playoffs. You're still going to get your playoff reps and tape. And I think that's what teams want to see. All right, how do you perform under pressure under a big game? Now, if you still want to get some reps and plays in, cool, but don't get hurt, man. Like that's always my thing. Like, don't get hurt before the playoffs. Like, you've already guaranteed your spot. I guess just to keep them in rhythm, give them a few series, but I wouldn't necessarily keep all starters in the whole game.
Okay. I can understand that. I just think that, like, for me personally, if it were me, I would not want to rest. I would
feel
want
you.
to just
Okay.
show off as much as I can. I would
Yeah,
want to bring
and
the Thunder
it-
every single game.
You're
But
right about that because they've only got 10 games to
no preseason,
yeah.
no, yeah. So they only have so little to prove themselves. And so, I mean, I can see both ways. If you're feeling a little like sore, maybe not 100%, then yeah, maybe like play a few series, sit out kind of thing like that. But if you're feeling like you could run through a wall, I feel just like tell the coach, like, hey, let me play. But at the same time, I do get it from a strategic standpoint,
Mhm.
from the teams that, maybe are like the team itself that is just being a team, they want to win the playoffs. They want to go to the playoffs. They want to win the championship. They want the team to look better and stuff like that. Whereas in the most of the individuals are trying to get to an
The next year.
individual place for themselves. So it's tough. UFL is a very interesting sport, I guess, or league.
Now, I saw the post-game interview with DC's coach, and someone actually asked him about that. Now that you clinched, are you going to rest players? He only alluded to them, I guess, giving other guys more reps. Like, he didn't necessarily say he's going to bench like Ta'amu, but he may give him a series or two. But I would expect to see the other players, like third, fourth string, whatever, that don't see a lot of reps to get more.
To step up.
Yeah, just to
And
step
that
up.
could be good too for also people that are trying to look for their ticket to,
Yeah.
a camp invite or something like
Yeah,
that.
the thing with me though with this now is again betting. So I do
Yeah.
I use Underdog. You guys should too. As far as I know, it's the only app where you can bet on for UFL games.
I think
And
so.
I guess I'll throw my link in there too if anybody wants it. But with them resting players, I'm I'm just more I guess leaning towards taking the under
Yeah.
for most of these games because again we've got 4 teams that are in the playoffs now. I don't see them using their starters for the full game. So just for me as a good rule of thumb, I would probably take a lot of unders for the next 2 weeks. But we'll see. We'll see who actually is
I
injured
agree.
or who's if the coaches actually say what they're gonna do versus sitting or playing. But yeah.
hmm
All right. Any final thoughts?
Um, Thanks anybody for watching. We appreciate you guys watching. We enjoy UFL. We hope you guys do too. If you can tell anybody about it, tell people about it. Get more people out there in the seats.
Yeah. Spread the word. Yeah. Overall, great weekend of football.
Such a good weekend.
Yeah. 2 weeks left. I honestly now I can't wait for playoffs. So.
I know.
Um,
I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, and then right after that is the NFL.
Yeah, one more game left for the Brahmas. So football fans, San Antonio fans, still show up, still show out. We'll be there. If you see us, say hi.
Yeah, tickets are cheap.
Yeah, tickets are pretty cheap, but can't wait to see what happens, and can't wait for next year already. Even though it's still 2 weeks left. All
Yeah.
right. Well, appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification tab. That way you become aware anytime we post a new video. And as always, thanks for watching and horns forward.
Horns forward. Let's go, Brahmas.